Hey guys, Sherman37 actually bringing you the Epic Final Fantasy V map demo. This is going to be the full playthrough of the demo. I'm not going to be looking too much into like a lot of the other stuff. We're just going to go ahead and get into it here. A lot of the other stuff here, like the items and equips and all this stuff, because there's actually a lot to this demo. So I'm actually going to be splitting it into two parts. This one's just going to be the full playthrough of the entire map. We're going to go and find everything and all the secrets and all the everything in the demo that I've been able to find, at least. And then in the next video we're going to look more we're going to look more at the more behind the scenes, the more hidden away stuff that isn't as prevalent. So starting off here, puts in the grassy field. You notice there's no music. I thought about putting music over it, but just for the sake of keeping it just vanilla for now, I'm gonna leave it as is. We've got one of the teleport cats here. We've got this thing here, of course, the classic water bucket with a slime bunny that restores your HP. There's this painting here. I'm not really sure why. There's a Van Gogh painting just on the side of this wood. I guess it's just to show that there's going to be maybe things in the game you can interact with that are just on the wall that bring up this little picture. We're going to focus on we're going to use the slime cat in a bit.
Hey.
Some NPCs here. You notice when they talk, they have a little voice clip now. Maybe he'll be standing somewhere else here. We'll find him a couple of times. Manlet. He doesn't say anything multiple times. Girl A, come to her when you find rubber boots. That's a new item that we haven't seen yet. And then she has a quest here. We have to get a game child, a pudding, which looks to be a summon, which we already have, and a hamburger. So we'll be able to come back to there. But actually, something really quick I do want to show off is if you go to info and then quests, you'll see this is here, and then that means that you can do this. Not really sure why, but I thought that was very amusing, because you could just click on, but this won't work after you complete the quest, which is why I wanted to show it off now. But we got a couple signs here. Yeah, this one you can read from multiple directions. This one you can't. Yeah, it's just talking about. You'll see sometimes these little thingies appear. These are just like enemy encounters. Of course, there's no enemy encounters in this particular version, but apparently they're just going to kind of come out of nowhere sometimes, which is interesting, while still not being random encounters, which is nice. Here we have the equip shop. Again, I'm going to go over a lot of this stuff later, but you can see there's quite a few different things that you can pick up here. The item shop, this is where you buy your materials. There's a lot, and again, this is something we're going to go over in the next video. Food shop, same deal. I just want to go ahead and show off that these are here. There's a lot of interesting things. You can sell things in those two shops. And then the rare food, this kind of shows that the stat up items are all per character, per stat, so they all are. It's very interesting how they're handling it here. But yeah, we'll get into kind of the logistics of that next time. And here, if you try to walk into here, it's a tiny garden to test the fences, apparently. But there doesn't actually seem to be anything else here. I thought that was just like a hint, like wink, wink, nudge, nudge, or something else here. But I actually don't think there's anything else there. So to start off, we're going to go left here. There's a lot of things you can do in this demo, and you can do them in pretty much any order. But I kind of like to start left here. You'll find our first two new mechanics. You have these slidey panels. Pretty standard. You step on it and it moves you in a direction. These, if you step on them once, but if you step on one again, it ruins the puzzle, and so you have to basically just try and light them all up. You've seen puzzles like this before, but they haven't been in the Epic Final Fantasy games yet. So just introducing some interesting new mechanics. You complete them all, turns them all green, and then we get a chest up here. Get our first item. You'll also notice that the chests explode very violently when you open them. I like that a lot. We get a coral key. Remove a single coral block. Pretty simple. While we're here, we're going to go ahead and head into this building here, which is kind of neat. I don't think any previous games have had specific like room transitions or like specific building areas like this. Normally they've just been like built in directly into the previous area, so this is kind of interesting. You'll notice there's a game child here that we needed for one of the quests. There's a slime here, another encounter that we can interact with. Shiny thing here, get some satin. You can interact with this to get a P2 processor. The fridge, I think you get a dragon fruit, very powerful healing item. And we get the hamburger, also that we were looking for that quest. There's a fly here, so it seems to be a pretty old hamburger, but I don't think she'll notice. And here we have our second coral key in the this chest here, which is nice. And if we head downstairs, you'll notice that there's actually not much for us right now, but there's these friendly slimes. I mean snails. I noticed some of these. There's a couple animals just on the ground. Some of them, if you interact with them a lot, they don't like it, and they turn very not happy. But I couldn't get it to work with the snails. I got it to work with all the other ones. Hopefully I'll be able to show it off with one of the other ones, at least. This house up here in the upper left. I forgot you can't see my cursor anymore. You can't go into that house, so we're just going to go ahead and go up from here, I think. Also, actually, before we do that, you'll notice this cardboard box right here with these, like, X's and dashes on it. You'll want to remember these symbols for later. It's one of the main, one of the trickier puzzles here. So here you can see he's testing out all the different, like, hazards that you have to be able to get certain types of boots to walk through. Of course, we have the magma, the clouds, and lily pads. But new in this one, there's acid. I assume it's not going to look like this in the final game, but it's here anyway. Of course, we don't have any of the boots yet, so we can't do that. Also, sort of new are these, like, interestingly shaped sliding blocks. Also, here we get our first copper key. But I don't think there's been blocks quite like the ones you see in this area before, but causes or allows for some pretty interesting puzzles. Here we actually pick up our first ones, the rubber boots, which are the new ones. So now we can walk in here. You'll notice it said, here we go ahead and bring it back up. You still take bio damage. So you actually take specifically bio damage when you walk through here, which is interesting because you'll see on the bottom there, health bars of course go down, but Anna's actually decreases the slowest, which I believe is because, if we take a little sneak peek here, she has bio resistance on some of her stuff, whereas I don't think any of the other characters do. So it looks like stuff like that actually influences the damage that you take in the overworld, which I think is really interesting and a very nice little detail. Anyway, we open this chest and we get the axe, which of course allows you to chop down small trees. This is actually a bit of a tricky puzzle. I'm going to see if I remember how to do it. This one definitely took me a few attempts to be able to do, so I think I have to do this. Yeah, here we go. Okay. I've done this a few times, so I finally remembered it. And here we have the Stepladder, which, you know, another EBF4 veteran item. So if we go over here, you'll see here's this guy again, first off.
Hey.
Manlet. Found some new weapons. It's got some new upgraded gear. You'll notice another one of these patterns. This one's XXX dash. Just have to remember that. Here we have something we can dig with a shovel. More shovel. Here we need a hammer, and here we need a different hammer. It's actually two hammers. We have a copper key, though, so we can actually open up one of these blocks. We have an axe. We chop down trees. Of course, it gives random stuff. This time it gives soft wood. And stepladder you can use to cross these gaps. We get our hammer, which this is just the basic hammer. And you can't use a stepladder here. You can only use it in these spots here. Those ones. So with this hammer, we can break these rocks. These kind of strangely shaped stones. And we don't have a shovel, though, so we can't dig there. But that's okay. We can still go up here. Actually, I haven't gotten anything from the stones yet. That's pretty unusual. Our first gold key. We don't have enough to open up that chest in the upper left quite yet. But what we do have enough for is we have both of the coral keys to open these. You'll notice that there's a lot of different blocks, and a lot of them have different noises too, which I like quite a bit. Here we get the raft. This is a very new mechanic. Pretty significant one as well, I would say. So on these docks, you can sail off a lot like Super Mario Bros. 3 when you have the rafts in the overworld. So you can just kind of sail around here, get a turnip, which is one of the stat increasing items. And then there's these little water wave flow things, whatever you want to call them. Actually, I'm curious of something. No, you can't interact with things on the land from the water, it seems like. These, unlike the tiles, only push you a single square in the direction they're pointing. Here we get a wooden key. I believe there's about 7 or 8 different tiles, or different locked like blocks, I believe, which is quite a lot. You'll also notice that you actually can't undock or like sail off from middles of bridges. It has to be from the ends. Also, this room is really laggy for some reason. We have this guy, another enemy encounter. These couple of thingies here, and here's one of the animals. This is actually the one that I discovered that you can make them very unhappy. Let me see if I can do it here. Yeah, I don't really like it very much. It's very scary. But yeah, you can do this to this enemy, or to this thing. The goats in the previous room, And also if you interact, they just go back to normal. And this penguin down here, you can do that to them. And yeah, I don't like it, but that actually scared me a lot the first time I did it. So here we have another new mechanic, these teleporting thingies. I took the wrong one. Whoops. I meant to do it just to show it off, but then I realized how much time it actually takes to go all the way back here. Actually, while we're here, I might as well show off. This is ice, and this, like, these, like, snowy areas stop your movement in ice. But the one you want to go in is this one. And then we get another copper key, which is nice. And, just to show everything, we have that, and that takes you there. And then we can't get any of the other chests in this room right now. And actually, this sign says something that's actually false. This ice puzzle cannot be completed until you find some special magnetic shoes. They're talking about the ice puzzle, but they're talking about an item that doesn't help you with the ice puzzle. They're talking about an item that helps you with the other puzzle in this room. So that's a little bit odd. Just like a minor oversight, I suppose, just a little typo. We're back here. We actually have enough stuff for both of these quests. We have the rubber boots, so now she gives us stuff. An herb. Medical and recreational uses. I wonder what that could be. And then we have... Oh, right. Yeah, that's how you get this item in this demo. This is... I don't think there's any purpose to this item. It's just like an item to give... Oh, and I didn't walk into the bed before. Someone threw out of bed. Maybe it's time to rest, and then he decides that he shouldn't rest. So it's a bit of an interesting encounter. We're gonna go ahead and go down here from this side. You'll see there's these diamond blocks that we can't open, but there's also a puzzle for us to solve right here. So we'll go ahead and do that. We get the third and final copper key of the demo. And now we have some switches. You want to flick these two. Those drop the chest, but also you'll see this pattern here. Dash X, dash X. That's actually pluses and minuses, and those are the like series of levers that we want to have flicked to be able to remove those spikes. So open in this one we have the Wind Orb. Just question marks for description seems to be an important quest item. Let me try and think. I believe this is one of the patterns that we need. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up those other items behind the spikes that we've been... Yeah, here we go. That one gives us the fire orb. And then let me just double check what this one is. Plus, 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 minus. Okay. So this was the one. I did everything, but then this little puzzle actually took me a while to figure out because I didn't notice the boxes. I was actually very confused how to get past all these spikes. But this one gives us the big hammer, which lets us break these, which makes a very nice glass breaking noise. Glass shards and rubies. And you can get dark runes, which these are very rare, so that's pretty nice. Obviously in the demo it doesn't matter, but in the actual game, that'll be a nice little thing. And here's where our earth orb is. I forgot I still don't have the shovel. That's weird. Normally I have the shovel by this point. Okay. That's fine, though. So, I think I remember where it is. So here we have one of these, another one of these sliding puzzles. I think I want to go in this one. Yeah. Basically, you just want to find the route that's going to take you over to this chest. So it's just there, and then this one. So, not too bad. It takes a bit to examine it, but I haven't memorized at this point, so... leafy boots, classic one there. Oops. Yeah, those are gonna let us walk on lily pads. And then one of the last screens we haven't seen yet is this one, with a couple of slidey puzzles. So we have these ice blocks. Nice little noise when they hit a wall. There's a lot of nice. Maybe it's because of the music in the previous game, but it seems like there's a lot of really nice sound design that went into a lot of the stuff in this game. And I like it a lot. Here we have our second wooden key. So let's go ahead and bust this open. Seems just like a nice little, like very minimal thud when those open. There we get the winged boots. And for this last puzzle in this room, we have to arrange these blocks so that we're able to slide in a way that will let us get to the chest. And you do it thusly. And then if you go over here, actually you can have this block anywhere here, but it allows you to get to here, and then that's where we get the shovel from. So we can finally take care of that. You'll notice some stuff in the lower left there. We're not going to worry about that quite yet. So we'll go ahead and go up here, and we have all the boots that we need now. This one has a topaz key, and this one has the thermal boots in it. So then we just walk straight over here and get the other topaz key. So looking good so far. A lot of this stuff is, again, I've done it a lot. So, earth balls from these, bricks, razor claws. And these ones, you actually get some interesting stuff. Snowballs, liquid ice, and moon pearl, which is a little bit strange, I find. But yeah, the first time I played through this demo, it actually took me about probably close to an hour to find everything. There's a lot of little tricky things in there. So we're gonna go ahead and open up these copper blocks, get another golden key, and I think that's the last one. But copper pipe, that's interesting. And oh no, there's the last gold key. Okay, so now we have all of them. And then we're going to go ahead and open these bad boys up. And I believe we are going to get the candle. Yes. So this allows us to solve, I think, a total of 1 puzzle in the demo. But again, that's the case for a lot of the items. And that demo, of course, is in the one dark room in the entire map, which is in the basement of the house here. So we're going to go in here. And very simply just light all these guys up. Whoops. Sorry, I'm playing this. The game's a bit blown up. Like, I made it bigger so that it looks nicer and for you guys, but it causes it to lag a bit. So here we have the magnetic boots. Another new one. Those allow us to, basically, there's in some of the sliding puzzles, like these slidey panels, there's metal. Oh, so now we get to finally show off what this does. I was waiting until that exact moment to do that, because that was the one time it was convenient to use it. Yeah, it just teleports you here. It doesn't do a whole lot of interest here. In this case, at least. And here we have the water orb, which is the final of the orbs. But yeah, you'll see there's these metal panels, and basically the magnetic boots allow you to stop at those panels. So I can stop here and get this chest, where we get the final pair of boots, I believe. The spiked boots, another new one. Allows the party to work on ice without sliding. And actually, I just realized something. This says you need the magnetic boots, which is actually true, because you need the magnetic boots to get the spiked boots. So I was actually wrong earlier. Fair enough. Well played, Matt. Well played. But yeah, those allow you to walk on ice, so you just don't even slide around anymore, which is kind of interesting. And from here we get our first diamond key. So those are the end game keys, if you will, for the demo. Also, you'll remember these, but you'll also realize that they don't do anything. I haven't figured out if I'm just missing something or if they just don't do anything. It's a little bit odd. I'll be honest. Also, I noticed there's no enemy here now, which is kind of interesting. Also, I'm kind of curious now. Is there anything? No, nothing in the bucket. Okay. Had to check. So, yeah, this is one of the few things. There's actually several little oddities like that in this demo, which really makes me wonder if there's more to this. If you guys know of anything that I don't cover in this demo, please let me know in the comments, and I will gladly do a follow-up video to go over anything that I missed, because I am looking for anything that I can find in this demo, because there's so much stuff. So anyway, we have the topaz keys. Go in here, flick this lever, which is going to open this this big gate here, but you'll notice that you can't do anything here, because you need to place down the 4 orbs that we've been collecting here. Doesn't matter which order, they all go in the same spot every time, so it'll automatically do it for you. Walk in here, and we have this very nice ominous type area where we have our final diamond key, but there's a bit more to this area, as you would expect. If you try to walk around, there's these wraiths around here, and there's also a couple of sparkles you'll see eventually. But anyway, there's a bottle of darkness here. Yep, there's one they're just in the lower right. There's also these wraiths, which kind of just show that there are things blocking your path. So we'll go ahead and pick this up. This is bottled light. These are 2 items that I haven't found any usage for. I think they're mostly just as little Easter egg items. They don't seem to serve any purpose for the sake of this demo, but they're here, and very, very interesting, possibly important quest items for the main game that he's just kind of hinting at here. So now, with all of that done, I believe we have nothing left to do but go down to these diamond blocks, make a very loud but very dramatic noise. You bust those open, and then we're gonna go over here, and that's the end of the demo. This is the final screen. Hey. Also, there's Manlet again. He managed to beat us to the punch, which is a little unfortunate. He's got some nice gear there. Hopefully we'll be able to get that in the main game. This apparently is an area of very small, like, taste of an area from the main game, or from the actual game, which I think is pretty cool. I think Matt mentioned that somewhere. Can't go in the house. There's another goat. I'm gonna go ahead and piss this one off. Hold on. It's gonna take a minute. Interestingly enough, I tried to do this on the 2 goats in the main area. The one on the right, it worked, but the one on the left, I could never get it to work. And I'm actually having similar luck with this one. I noticed the goat that's facing to the... It was also the goat facing to the right up there, so I almost wonder if there's something different about that one. But, as you can plainly tell from this screen, though, this is not quite everything. The most obvious is right here. A couple more of these dirt balls, and you can open this, and you can get one of the sacred stones from the... or no, it's the goddess stones, I think, from Epic Battle Fantasy 4. This is the one from Frost... I can't remember the name of the villages anymore. Anyway, here's the leaf one. And then the last one is you have to work a little bit for. You got to do this actually pretty intense little puzzle here. So you have to do a lot of walking around. They really make you work for this one. And you have to push it here, very cleverly walk here, and then you can kind of guide it to its final destination here. Yeah, this one's it's a bit of a what am I trying to say here? This one just takes a bit of time. It's not too complicated once you find out that you can walk here. But before that, it took me a little while to figure it out because it doesn't seem like there's any... Also, you can't push them across these like rough, rocky areas. So for this one, you try to push it up, and then it doesn't go, and it can be a little bit confusing. But you do all that, and then alright, you have to walk around because the statues are in the way, and then you get the final of the sacred stones. And as far as I can tell, there doesn't seem to be much purpose for these either. It's really odd, but I think you just kind of put them there just for like a little extra thing for you to find, and also again maybe to hint at something that's gonna happen in the main game where perhaps the I keep saying sacred stones, I don't know why, the goddess stones are going to be somehow relevant again. So I tried like putting them on those like interesting pedestals in the like the void area. I couldn't find anything else to do with these items. But like I said, if you find anything at all that that might hint or like that I can do to actually do something with those items, please let me know, because I would absolutely love to know it. But yeah, I think that's gonna just about do it for this video. If you're interested in more content like this, like I said, join me next time. It should be going up tomorrow, as of when this video goes up. But I will be covering everything else about this demo, because like I said, there is a lot of stuff, especially in the summons menu and some of the equipment, and there's just a lot to go over here. The skills, oh, I forgot, I haven't even looked over the skills myself yet. Oh, geez, okay. I forgot about that. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot to go over next time. It's gonna be very detailed, and I'm gonna be talking about every single thing that I can possibly think of to look for in this demo. But, yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you liked this video, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check the description for a link to my Twitch.tv channel, where I stream a lot of Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. I'm starting to do some Mega Maker as well, and sometimes I stream with my buddy Secret Survivor. We do Terraria or just other multiplayer games together. Yeah, join me next time where we take a look at everything else that this demo has to offer, and feel free to subscribe to my channel if you're interested in more Epic Battle Fantasy 5 content in the future. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later.